adding security to a household can sometimes be complicated. Well, why not use what's already there? Taj, why don't you tell us what thoughtful security means? What are you guys doing here?
So we basically use the wireless signals in your house to actually secure your house, because there's already lots of wireless signals there. So the way it sort of works is you have these wireless signals in your house, and as you walk through, you disrupt it. So we created a system that looks at those disruptions and be able to tell you whether there's motion in your house or no motion. And because we're looking at wireless signals, we can also look at, if you move into your house or move out because of your phone, we can also detect that as well. So if you take these two together, the disruption of the signals and also the fact of phones moving in and out, and couple those together, it gives you an extra benefit of security without having cameras.
And so it looks like you have a couple boxes. What do those boxes do then?
So we have a hub and a sensor. So we usually place the hub and the sensor, on opposite sides of the home. So that sort of creates a wireless bubble around your house, if you like, and in that bubble, if there's any movement, so I give you a simple example. I have a house, and I have one in my front door and one in my back door, and that really covers my garage door. It covers all the activity in the main area of my house, and it will be able to see through the walls, so I don't have to have too many units, only those 2 units, even though there's a bunch of walls between the 2 units.
What kind of square footage are we talking about here? Can it cover?
So typically we'll cover around 2,500 square feet, but in my particular case I have a 4,000 square foot, but it'll still cover it.
That's amazing. And so what about you get it all set up and then you introduce a new Wi-Fi router, or you have another cell phone? How about the conditions as they change? Does that upset kind of the pattern?
So we spent a lot of time, our company's been around for about 2.5 years. We spent a lot of time and look at all those cases and making sure that nothing happens when you introduce new things. So there's a lot of algorithms that are introduced into the unit, and to do that we had to actually create our own chipset. So we created our own chipset to enable us to look at distortions that are purely due to organic material moving around like a human. Besides a new router or the fan rotating, we want to filter all those things out because those aren't real.
Yeah, that's amazing. And so now, do you offer it as a service, or a consumer can just put it in and self-monitor?
So right now we just sell it to consumers. We do have a couple announcements with regards to some partnerships. I think one is tomorrow, and there's a couple in the pipeline with security partners. But right now it's basically a consumer to buy it, they unbox it. It's very simple to install. Then they basically run an application either on iOS or Android.
I would imagine service providers, actual operators, broadband providers would be very interested in this as an add-on to their service.
Yeah, we're having conversations with a bunch of folks in that area, and we're not ready to talk about that right now, but in the future definitely we'll be talking about it.
So Taj, what about privacy on this?
Yeah, so we take privacy very seriously. So the units themselves, they have hardware encryption built into them. So anything that leaves there is always encrypted before it physically leaves the box.
And it does leave the box, because I imagine a lot of your analysis of what is going on in the home has to go out to your artificial intelligence platform or something?
So a lot of because like I said, we built our own chipset, so a lot of the intelligence is actually in the unit itself. So it's actually very local. There might be some stuff happening in the back, but it's basically just moving the information from, let's say, from the hub to, let's say, a notification on your phone or notification on some other device, right?
But as you learn more about individuals' homes, does that make you smarter in terms of your overall system?
Oh, absolutely. So we spend a lot of time on our beta to look at different types of signals, whether it's a dog, a cat, a person hopping up and down, whatever it is, and we can categorize these, and these become certain patterns that we tell the box, hey, if it's that, this is what it is, and then that box will actually know, right?
Wow, so you can distinguish between a dog and a cat?
That's something that we will probably be releasing in a later date, yeah.
Excellent. Well, Taj, I appreciate your time, and good luck.
Okay, thank you very much. Thanks.